Hey Gladiators, welcome back. So today I wanted to explore a bit of a newer game. This released March 4th, 2021, so actually this year. And it looked interesting, looks like a choose your own adventure deal. So let's get into it. I haven't seen much beyond that. Go ahead and type in our name. Let's keep chapter restarts and consequences open. Because we'll be able to direct the character's fate in the way you want. Alright. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. I'd be reading quick. Get plenty of time for, or do I have to click on it? Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you.
The story of my life remains written on these pages. But my fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, every person I met made me what I am. Could I have taken a different path? Could I have found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
God, that voice was amazing. Sounds like sexier J.K. Simmons. Chapter 1. So we're gonna change up that audio as well, because that was loud as can be. Never thought pages on a book would be so loud. At the end of time, your fingers are stained with ink, your breathing grows ragged, your hands are shaking. Yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arknian, in the blessed Arknian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arknian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital. Years of peace teeming with life and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds. Opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces. So many of the faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice. All of it led you here, to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path? Chose a different calling? Found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all. Your life, of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate? Or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? Your life has always been yours to lead. You made your own destiny. The world around him, your path was charted for you by the people, the age, and the society in which you lived. A higher power. Your destiny was forged by a power greater than your own will. And there is no destiny. It does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance. It is not governed by any laws. I think the man himself. You can hear Death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Roman Brante will live once more. Okay. Let's get going. Do we get to hear J.K. Simmons again? No? Your childhood. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You're but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? In chapters Childhood, Adolescence, and Youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and relationships. By the end of Prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world around him, and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Roman Brante grow up to be? It's your call. Events in the personal life that can happen in this chapter. The fencing lesson. As a small child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. What? What? You experience an insight when your mother tells you about the ways of the world and the lots of its inhabitants. Challenge the sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Interesting. So, this is the destiny so far. Estate lowborn, occupation, growing up. After suffering a lesser death, one is reborn. One who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. Interesting. So these are our current stats. Reputation, tarnished honor. The honor of your family and your position in high society, it affects how the nobility treats her family. Moderate means. We live in peacetime. The heir is Stephen Brante. Your family is Roman. Your half-brother. And your sister, Gloria. Currently, he is... Okay. Back to scene. They determine which choices you take. These qualities will stay with you for your entire life. Destiny is now available. Personality, I think we went through all those. Begin chapter. Oh, this is going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. At first there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you're lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands toward you. There are two of them, the ones who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. Seems like the start of a twin gods narrative. The first figure is soft and emphatic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh, but fair. A beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. But there's also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, or a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Kind of like being a curious little kid, smiling at weird stuff. Your first smile appears on your face. Awkward, yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. Ooh, a little loud. The shadow brings a finger to its lips, as of to say, there, baby, don't cry. This is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into the light. So I just made a pact with a shadow, Faye. Interesting. How will you live it? I feel like this would have been a great game for Unis Honest to play. This feels right up their wheelhouse. But it's my turn now, taking momentum way forward. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong cold hands. He visits you rarely. Hello there, little Roman Brante. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. Maya, growing so quickly, my child. There are two more children in the family, named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you in the air. Oh look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge, because you were born a commoner. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Roman, let's go into the yard. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one, and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the giant sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar of perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright, it hurts to look at. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby. How's he gonna play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange, but it's so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches there. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason, and then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? I think sit there and wait. The bush is covered with leaves swaying in the wind. You brush through them with your fingers. The twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They are different from the blades of grass. Down on the ground you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They're so funny. One of the bugs craws on your finger and bites it, just enough to sting a bit. You hear brisk steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Your mother leans over you. You greet her with a happy face and show her the finger. Sorry, my first idea of that was Mom walks into a bush and sees her kid and he just flips her off. I'm trying to hide here, Mom, go away. But you show her the finger with the bug on it. So that's where they took you. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria's in tears and Stefan keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She's here now. Still inattentive. Another memory. You're still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is the great descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You're too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs, even the carpet has been taken away. There's nothing but a bare wooden floor. Today we are not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the great descent, everyone must be where they belong. It's quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You're sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them. 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand. Guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You're transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Roman? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They are brought to us by the twins when they descend to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light on the horizon? That's it! You can see the shining pillar any time from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar. And if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Ooh. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerge 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light. But what will these words be? Kind of want to finish the song, but I kind of want to buck the trend. I'm a child, we can do it. Know your lot and know the prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere. You shout these words, but you have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the shadow. Now Gloria is staring at you. You see disappointment in her eyes. Roman, that's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it? You shrug, quite pleased with your cleverness. You're starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come into nobility. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shape of the gods in the strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You'll have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or a girl. You will love them the most. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find those stories of wars, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see Mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She is not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt Stefan, Roman? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm going to hit you with a real sword. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. This is a little Malfoy. Little Malfoy boy. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer. But your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot. And the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do. What is this one? Oh, this is a tough one. I don't like Stefan. I really don't. I don't care about improving with him. You continue to insist that you're not guilty and will not be punished no matter what. I think we're gonna do that. We're a child. We're like 5. We're only like 3 years old. You break out of mother's arms and start screaming. You're innocent, you cry. And if he hits you, you'll hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly into mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you down the stairs. I'm doing this for your own good. Do not defy me, Roman. You're born a commoner, my son. Power and will is not your lot. That is Stefan's lot. He'll become a noble soon. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. You have to accept it. Hey, I was told I had the chance to become a noble. I'm practicing, Mom. I'm practicing right now. You are flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back the tears. This is the only way you can prove that you are your brother's equal. It is the only way you can prove that one day you will have the right to rule and fight. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day she takes your hand and puts them on her big belly and you feel a movement deep inside her. You'll have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar. She sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey Roman, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. But remember how you got... I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stefan? Our judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great, says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them that it's mine. But today, your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there. But then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She is holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run. But there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. And I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful former father... Wait. Former father? Had your disgraceful former father kept me in this house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling and wasting ink again. Did father leave? Or is this from a different family? Ah, I guess it's from a different family then. Back to it. But that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to the scene, unsure of how to act. Ooh. No, no, no. No, no, no. How much willpower do we have? We've got 10 right now. I think I like Gloria. I think this will be worth it. I feel like we might need more willpower soon. But I think I'll comfort the sister. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is your fault, you say. What Mother did is wrong and far too harsh. But I did leave you all alone. You're not mad at me? Really? You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces you. Roman, you're the best little brother in the world. The two of you make a little deal. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets always. The illegitimate daughter of your mother, Lydia. She has never met her real father. Her position in the family is precarious. Robert Brante has never acknowledged her as his own daughter. Your sister is a dreamer. She often has her head in the clouds and can act recklessly at times. Still ready for action? You're 1122. I think that's well. Oh. I think that's where. Let's go ahead and get to a spot we can save at. Mother is in her armchair knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He is a judge, after all. One day, you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother. And Gloria is the daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. Man, that was a fun little set of words right there. How is that even possible? You're all family, are you not? Several days later, Mother calls Stefan and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first to the elder on the right and then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you're a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with the marble where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You are told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing ever looks different about them. Nothing else looks different about them. It's like all is the same, and yet everything has changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. From a young age, he has been striving to be superiority to his family. Ooh. Uh-oh. We had disagreements. Family is important. We gotta work on that a little bit. Your siblings Stefan and Gloria took their first sacrament at the temple. I think that's where we are going to end the episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this. My voice is a little tired now, but that was very well worth the read. I'm excited to keep playing this. Well, I'll catch you guys next time we play. Have a good night.